Good morning, my little tumbling tulips. How are we today? So let's do a little Toni talk, a little makeup with a mouth, go over how everybody's weekend went, maybe do some questions I seen on the internet, and just basically have some fun. So go grab a snack, come on back, and let's get started. So I'm just gonna work off a couple palettes. No idea in store, just winging it as I go like I normally do. I'm gonna be using the Golden Hour palette by Beauty For Real. It's got some of these. I'm gonna do like the brownie, the orangey, fall looks. And then my color board by Beauty Glazed that you can get off Amazon. I'm gonna be working off probably the oranges, and I might even grab a palette or two from and I may just grab some other palettes in my stash going forward. We're not sure. It's always a crapshoot here, y'all. You know that. So how's everybody doing? Did y'all have a good Labor Day weekend? We just kind of stayed home. Was it Sunday? I went to Dollar Tree because girl loves a Dollar Tree. And just got some Halloween things, and when I say Halloween things, I mean all year round home decor. Anybody that knows me and my husband knows that we love the dark aesthetic. I always have. It's more come to play as I've gotten older because I didn't really decorate with dark things when my kids were younger. They had a normal upbringing. I don't know why I didn't do it, decorate with a dark aesthetic, but now I have an entire apartment that is dark aesthetic. There's a lot of things I would like to add to it, but we're not sure if we're gonna stay in this 1-bedroom apartment, or we're on a wait list for like a 2-bedroom floor apartment. We're on the middle floor right now. I'd like to have a patio that you can walk out and sit on. And plus, if my mom and dad ever come here back to Michigan to visit everybody, my mom doesn't do steps. So I'd like to have a way for her to actually come into my apartment. She's never been in here. So that would be a nice thing. So we're on a waiting list. I'm not sure what we're gonna do, but I know if we're gonna end up just staying in this apartment, then this girl wants to redo everything. You can even get like peel and stick wallpaper and stuff like that. There's so many things you can do with small spaces. Just have to get the motivation to do it because y'all, I'm lazy as fuck. So I'm waiting for my GI doctor here in Grand Rapids to get back to me because they had referred me to a doctor at U of M. Called there last week because I hadn't heard from them, and the soonest appointment I could get in is March, the first 2 weeks of March. And it's getting to the point now where I have bits of food coming up. I'm in constant discomfort in my stomach. And so I'm just waiting for them to call back because they have to do something until I can be seen till March. I'm just getting progressively worse. So I'm just waiting to see if they'll call me in like a drink with lidocaine. My PCP's office advised me to call them and ask that. So I'm just waiting for them to call where it'll numb everything and bring on a small amount of hopeful comfort to get me through until I can go in March. So hopefully I'll get a phone call today. So let's listen to some questions. Let me read some questions and I'll give you my advice on it. First one, my 3-year-old son stays up all night, and whenever we try to make him lie down, he screams and cries until we give in and let him get up. What should we do? What should you do? keep that kid in his bed. Like, he's 3 years old. Why are you allowing him to stay up all night long? When my kids were young, I babysat like friends' kids, not just friends, you know, I had my license or whatever. And I had a friend that I watched her 3-year-old son. And he was the only child at this point. He was around the same age as my middle child, between my first and middle child. So they were all kind of the same age. And they were into one of those like pyramid crap, ignorant things. And they wanted to go like to a weekend thing or overnight thing out of town or something. And I agreed to watch this child overnight. Well, this kid something was wrong with him, for one thing. I couldn't put my finger on it. But just for like example, he would be sitting watching TV, and we had hardwood floors in our living room. And just randomly out of the blue, he would just smash his head on the floor, on the wood floor, and then start crying. He did that to like our aquarium too. Like, we had a fish tank. He'd ram his head into that too. And trust me, this kid was strong. He was built solid as a rock. But anyways, he got to a point to where he would wake up in the middle of the night, and his damn parents would go in there and fix like pancakes and shit 4 o'clock in the morning. And they'd let him stay up and stuff. Well, what happens when he spends the night at my house? He gets up and he wants a damn country buffet breakfast. And I'm like, no, sir. So I let him cry in that crib, gave him a sippy cup or whatever. Like, no. You got to watch how you're raising your kids, because if you want anybody to take them overnight, like, come on. I'm not getting up, and I don't even do that with my own. I didn't even do that with my own kids. I sure in hell ain't going to do it with somebody else's kid. Get up and fix some pancake breakfast. And then they never understood why he wouldn't stay in his bed and sleep, why he was getting up all the time. Well, hell yeah, I'd get up if somebody was going to cook me a 5-course meal in the middle of the night. Shoot, yeah, if I didn't have a job and shit to go to. Hell, who wouldn't do that? But no, he's 3 years old. They need like rules, they need structure, they need a schedule. Like, there ain't nothing wrong with letting your kid, as long as they're not surrounded by things that could hurt them, as long as they're safe, like in a crib, playpen or whatever, let him cry. Let him cry. He'll tucker himself out and literally fall asleep. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, my God, you're going to make your life so much harder than what it needs to be. Just give yourself a break and let that kid cry. He'll learn real quick. But if you go to every one of their crying fits, if you do something every time they act out or whatever, they're going to learn that gets them attention. So they're just going to continue doing it. Whether it's bad attention or good attention, it's getting them attention. So you better pick and choose what battles you're going to go through with them, because trust me, there's going to be many battles you're going to have to face. Y'all, this shimmer glitter shit is getting all over my face. That's one reason why. Oh, see, it's really flaky. I'll have glitter on my face for freaking days. Yeah, it's already embedded in my foundation. A lot of times I'll do my eyes last because of this, or I'll do my eyes first if I have something that's really gonna have a lot of fallout. I don't know. So the second question is, my therapist started eating lunch during our session. It was a full dinner plate of salmon and sides. I told her I felt like she didn't give me her full attention. How bad is it for her to have done this? Yeah, it's bad. Your therapist, they schedule their own appointments and stuff. Schedule time for lunch. Not that hard. And especially, a lot of people don't like seafood. Like, if you were to heat up a plate of any kind of seafood in front of my husband, he would gag, puke, and walk out. Like, he can't stand the smell. He does not eat it. He has tried a million dishes of seafood, cooked all different ways. He just doesn't like seafood. That's just rude. Let's just call it what it is. That's rude. And definitely, they should not be doing that. Like, that's just rude. Unless you two are friends or something, like outside the office, but I don't know why you'd be going to a friend for therapy because they're biased. I don't know. But no, that shit's rude. So the next question is, my 18-year-old son keeps beating and hitting his mother when he has a tantrum. 18-year-old has a tantrum? A year ago, he put her in the hospital. How do I correct his behavior? Oh, I wish a bitch would. Are you kidding me? First of all, is he special needs? Like, is it, you know what I mean? Like, some kids that have special needs, they can't express themselves, so they do it physically. So I'd need to know that. But if there ain't nothing wrong with him and he's just a little asshole, he's 18. Here's my advice. Call the cops. Because that's assault. He's 18. Maybe he needs to sit behind bars for a day or two. Maybe that'd help. So my last question for this segment is, my fiance told me that my 6-year-old daughter won't be allowed to attend our wedding. My daughter is everything to me. She will be allowed on my special day. How should I respond? 3 words. The wedding's off. Y'all, I gotta call my parents today because they went to Disney over the weekend in Florida. Well, all last week because it was their 60th wedding anniversary on September 1st. And I called them on September 1st and they were just getting ready to, they were at the gates of the Magic Kingdom getting ready to go in. And then yesterday, they were supposed to come back Saturday. That was the plan. I haven't talked to him since the 1st. And so I'm reading the news and they're talking about 2 different things that had happened at Disney World over the weekend. On September 1st, they had to shut down a ride because some dude was running around with a hatchet around Disney World. And he wasn't part of the Pirates of the Caribbean crew running around with a hatchet. So they had to close. I don't know if it was like, I think it was some Tom Sawyer or something, one of the rides down. Then on September 1st, in the Magic Kingdom, 2 ladies were fighting, and like one of them was beating the shit out of the other one with a purse or something. And so it was, I guess, pretty brutal. I mean, what'd she have in her purse? Like bricks or something? But they had to call the authorities and security, and I don't know if they shut that ride down either. Y'all, I ain't heard from my parents. And me and my husband just sent them just a little something for their anniversary, and it delivered on Sunday. So I'm calling them today because I'm a little worried. You know, I got gold shimmer all over. I got a little something on my face. Good God. Oh well. Not a little good cleanser ain't gonna. Double cleanser. I'm really getting into double cleansers. Do you guys, if none of you know what that is, I mean, it is what it says, double cleanser. But you can either get like a balm or an oil, face oil or whatever, and it just melts. You do it first to melt your makeup, and then you rinse, and then you go in with a cleanser. I don't know why I haven't done this earlier, because that is the most fabulous way to take off your makeup at night, especially with like the mascara and all that stuff. Oh my goodness. And I ended up getting these, they're from, like, they're either Korean or Japanese. It's a skincare, it's an oil, and then it's like a cream cleanser that after you melt your makeup off, you go in and clean with this. The smell, oh, I'm really getting into like the Korean beauty, the skincare of Japanese and Korean products. Let me know like some of the products, if you guys have ever tried any, and like what your favorite thing is, you know, to use. But I'm gonna be soon getting this, it's called snail, it's like, you know, the slimy stuff from snails, I guess, like snail mucus or something. Evidently it's supposed to be like really good for your skin and very, I mean, I still have oily skin at 52. I'll be 53 in November. Oh my God. So I still have very oily skin, but then I do have some dry spots too, like up here around my forehead, under my eyes, and things like that. So I don't, but even if you have oily skin, you still are supposed to moisturize. But I'm gonna get some of that snail stuff and see what the hype is about, because they get all kinds of great ratings and stuff, really high scores and reviews. So I mean, and they're not that expensive. I mean, you can find really reasonable priced Japanese and Korean skincare. So, and then I also want to order from, it's either Shine or Shein. I always call it Shein. Where you get, you know, a lot of products from other countries and stuff. Mostly I think it comes from China. But I've heard like their makeup and stuff, like I think it's called She Glam. So I want to do like get everything for a full face of makeup, because that shit's cheap. Like cheap. And I've seen other people do reviews on it, and they're like really good products. So I'm gonna probably plan on doing something like that. I mean, I don't know, it may take like a couple months for me to get the stuff, depending on where it ships. But I think that would be fun. Get like a full face and do like a testing, you know, like first impressions or whatever. So yeah, let me know if you would like to see me do something like that, because I'm gonna do it anyway, so it don't matter. And then I'm gonna start doing some organizing and cleaning videos to try to get me hyped up about doing it. Because this house, y'all, it's a 1-bedroom apartment. How hard can it be to keep it clean? Obviously it's hard for me, the lazy chronic pain patient that's sick every day. This is about the only time that I feel decent, is doing makeup, you know, just kind of talking to the camera. So it's kind of my outlet. You know, even if nobody sees it, it's something that helps me. So I'm gonna continue it. And then as soon as I turn the camera off, it seems like, boom. Then I sit around and look at this messy ass house, and I'm like, oh my God, it just seems so overwhelming. But I'm gonna start in one corner and work my way over, because I did fix my Halloween tree, my spooky tree, that we keep up all year round. So my grandbaby's gonna come Thursday and Friday. So yeah, she's gonna tear off a bunch of shit. Okay, this is looking a little fall-y, isn't it? I just did some brown in the corner just to kind of add a little warmth to it, because it was looking a little too orangey. And then I'll probably just repeat same colors underneath, align my water lines, put some mascara and lashes on, and then come back, show you the final look. I mean, I still obviously have to put blush on and a lip color and things like that. This is kind of a little film, sorry, video, whatever. Just not feeling it. My motivation has just like, you know what I mean? Just out. It's just out. Trying to be in a good mood. I mean, what you gonna do? Literally. What are you gonna do? So much shit going on. What are you gonna do? So here's the final look. I just wanted to do just a little short thing today because if you do them too long, nobody wants to sit through 30, 40 minutes of bullshit. Like, even I can't come up with 30 to 40 minutes worth of bullshit. Funny, funny, ha ha. So, but here's the final look. Kind of liking it. That's a lot of blush, y'all. That's a lot of blush. A lot of layers. But I hope you all have a good day. And I will see you again soon. Bye.